The next individual that I get the honor of introducing to you is actually our FinTech advisor here at Auvoria Prime. He is someone who has an absolute just knack for all of the products that we have. In fact, Tyler Mackechnie is someone who really has such a unique ability to understand the markets, understand these softwares, pull them apart, put them back together, and really make sure that when we deliver them to you, they are delivered with a spirit of absolute excellence, because that's important to us. And so, Tyler actually works as a FinTech advisor here. He works with our Chief Technology Officer, Mr. Bill Wynn, as well as overseeing our EA task force. So he spends a lot of time interacting with all of our different products, interacting with all of our different developers. And I don't know if you guys know this, but here at Auvoria Prime, we don't just release every product to you guys. We don't release every product into the marketplace. We have a very strict standard for what we are willing to put out there to our customers. And Tyler really oversees that standard, making sure that we are putting things out with excellence, that there's quality control, and that you guys are experiencing the value that you deserve. The thing that inspires me most about Tyler is honestly just his hard work. He's been here since day one, and he has been an integral part of making Auvoria Prime what it is today. So without further ado, go ahead and put your hands together. Let me get some threes in the chat box, and I'm going to welcome to the screen Mr. Tyler Mackechnie.
Hey everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm so grateful and excited to get to share with you my presentation today, because we're going to get into everything software, right? We're going to talk about the product's results since we've released them into the marketplace, and we're going to get into a little bit of the EA task force and what products go through to become a part of Auvoria Prime. But before we get started, I do need to go ahead and read you this risk disclosure. Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk, and it may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin and utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. Before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or use any of our software alerts products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, your level of experience, and your risk tolerance. There's a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest or trade any capital that you cannot afford to lose, and it is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all the risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you do have any doubts. Auvoria Prime LLC does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every single trade. So, welcome to the Auvoria Prime Marketplace. You guys are here, you're understanding that what we've done is we've created a place where you can diversify, not put all your eggs into one basket. You can choose to use multiple softwares at a single time, and we give you this ability because we don't believe in putting your eggs in one basket. And I'm personally myself, I've done it before, and I can tell you where that fails. So you want to diversify. You want to be able to see what all these products have to offer you so that you can really experience what it is we offer in our Auvoria Prime Marketplace. So you might be asking, how has this product performance been since we launched each product within Auvoria Prime? And then we're also going to go ahead and show you those developer accounts, and we're going to talk about the testing process that products undergo to become a part of our Auvoria Prime Marketplace. So please be sure to take notes. This is some very valuable information we're going to get into today. But before we get into our current product's performance, I do believe it is very important that we go over the testing process that products undergo to become a part of our marketplace, as well as give you proper expectations when using a trading system. So you may be asking yourself, what does Auvoria Prime look for in a product? And the first thing is we went out there and we looked to see how can we overcome the most common traits that cause the masses to fail in Forex. And we went worldwide. We conducted tons of beta tests on dozens of different softwares for over 6 months to really find the products that we currently have in our marketplace. So we used that data to first discover what works for both beginner and experienced traders. We also looked at what products had a long history of success, what works for a minimal amount of capital to be able to use it, because we know that most people that are looking to get into this and get into retail trading, they don't have a lot of capital. And a lot of people don't have a lot of time to trade. So we looked for products that worked for people that didn't have a lot of time. So our testing process is very thorough. So we're not going to get into every detail today, but I do want to cover some of the important things that happen in our testing process so that you guys can kind of understand what products go through and kind of the time length that we go through a testing period. So first thing is, once someone has an interest in working with us, we're going to take them through our official process, but here's the much shorter version. We're first going to create an introduction to a beta test group where we're going to introduce the developer, share the settings, the software, the strategy, the history, and then we're going to schedule weekly Zoom meetings where we're actually going to go ahead and discuss product results, and we're going to be able to have the vendor, the staff, and all the beta test members in there to really go over everything. See, okay, is this working? What's the education around it? Are people seeing the success that we're hoping that they should see? And these testers are all high-level users that understand algorithmic and manual trading on a much higher level. So they're very, very useful in making sure that these products fit the mold for what we're looking to do in our customer base. And we're going to do everything you see over here for the first 60 days. And after that period, we're actually going to analyze the results. And if we like what we see and we confirm there's no security issues with the products and all the bugs are addressed and the product works as it should be, at that point, we're going to look forward to moving forward with integrations and having those products become a part of our AP licensing environment. And we'll add any manual approval functionality that's needed to abide by necessary laws and regulations for the different countries, the places that we are doing business in. But these are the products that you can see that have made it through our actual testing phase and become a part of our Auvoria Prime marketplace. So you'll see Variable, Neo the Legend, Arrow, and Gearbox. These are 4 of the top products right now in our marketplace that have really made it through that testing phase that you saw right there. And we're going to discuss some of the results from that as well as the results since they came out today. But before we get into that, I do want to talk about expectations and real life situations when using Auvoria Prime softwares. So when looking at results on accounts that have been running longer than 3, 6, 12 months, you need to recognize that you're looking at a much bigger picture. There's going to be times where you have a big month, and sometimes you're going to have a slow month. And sometimes you might get into more trades or be more profitable than other months. So what I'm really trying to get at is if you look at the monthly rate here on this account, you'll see it's 7%. But when you look at that monthly average, it's a combination of all the months combined. And when you look at these months, there were months where it was 13, 14, 11%. Then there was a month where it didn't make any money. There was a month where it lost 7%. But over time, that's what it looks like. And a lot of people, when they come in and use our softwares, they expect to see that monthly average every single month. And that's just not how it happens. There's going to be times where you might have no profit or you could even take a loss. But over time, when you look at the bigger picture, that's kind of what's going on. So you want to make sure that you understand the bigger picture, the longevity. Remember, this is a long-term plan. You just heard from our chief market analyst, and he told you that it's about looking at the bigger picture, right? Not looking at day by day or trade by trade. The next thing you want to look at is also drawdown, right? Some real life situations. It's important to recognize that drawdown is a necessary component to making profit with most trading strategies. And one of the most common questions we get is, how long am I going to be in drawdown? And there are times when you can go into drawdown for longer periods of time. What you're seeing on the screen right here is a MyFX book. And on this account, you can see it had a month it made no profit, a month it had a losing month. It was in drawdown, it took a loss. But it got out of that drawdown, went above that monthly again, and it hit a new high. But at one point, this account was actually in drawdown for over 1 to 2 months, and this can happen. But the point in understanding that is our goal here is to beat the top public performing hedge funds. And the data right now is showing that this is happening. So to the right, you'll see again, this account went in drawdown and it got out of it, but it took a period of time. So if you're a user and you're experiencing a slow month or you're experiencing a big month, understand not all months are going to look the same. And you have to have that proper expectation to be able to see success with our products long term. But let's get into talking about the products. Right? Let's start off with Variable. Variable was one of the first products to launch in our official marketplace. And this is an extremely customizable software to an end user, but we've actually now selected 4 to 5 pairs that have performed best. And what makes Variable very powerful is you have the ability to choose between a sideways or a trending market setting for your trading style. As well, you have an increment lot feature, which is not a martingale, it's more linear risk and it's not exponential. As well, you have the ability to choose long or shorts only, and Variable 2.0 is coming soon. And you might be asking yourself, well, what's Variable 2.0? And it's a more simplistic management strategy, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna show results from it today. So let's talk about product performance on Variable 2.0. Like I said, this is gonna be a more simplistic approach for a less hands-on user. Variable was really designed to be one of those softwares that you could micromanage and change a lot of things, run a lot of currency pairs. But what we've noticed in our testing, and we have multiple accounts that have been testing the 2.0 strategy for long periods of time, is that it focuses on only using 4 to 5 pairs max and only increasing your lot size every time your capital doubles. In this example, 0.01 to 5K, 10K is a 0.02, 20K is a 0.03 starting lot. And this is an original variable test account that we ran with our 2.0 strategy. And you can see the results. 1.0 again was designed to be a more hands-on strategy, but 2.0 will have all the 1.0 features, but more simplified management. And here's another account that you can see that's been running variable 2.0 since we started, and we're very excited to release the strategy and the management plan behind it. As I mentioned, we will still support 1.0 strategies with data to run more pairs simultaneously, but you will see our setup and our resources lead to the 2.0 strategy. And again, 2.0 after over a year of testing is coming, but let's also talk about product results with variable 1.0. These are the actual developer accounts running his strategies. You can see both accounts have done fairly well. As well, he does have experimental accounts that we are going to show you today, but you can look at these accounts and you can see they've stayed pretty low drawdown. They've stuck to the 1.0 strategy and they've made great profit, and they have not really had a bad day, right? And that's very important, is to understand, okay, these are the developers' accounts. Now, there is an experimental account, right? So I think it's important for any software provider that provides an extremely customizable software to do some experimental things, because it can show you where the product fails. It can show you where the product loses, because not every product out there is perfect and not every product works in every single currency pair. So on this account, you can see that it took a loss. Dasan manually closed the account because he was not comfortable with the drawdown. This was his experimental account where he makes more customizations and takes different risks. And again, you can see that this account's constantly changing pairs and risk to gather more forward testing data so that you guys can actually know what works and what doesn't. And then let's get into Neo the Legend. And Neo is a very powerful product, but what makes Neo so powerful is, first, it has a trade strategy that makes sense. And you might be asking, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, Neo looks to aim and exploit what's called low volatility trading. In simple terms, it takes advantage of when the market is not moving much. It's going to find a period where the market's really ranging, get into a larger trade, and look to catch a little bit of pips. And when the market is not moving much, you might ask when that is. Well, with the GBP CAD pair, Neo actually focuses on the 2-hour window right around the New York Stock Exchange close. So you might be asking more about Neo, and Neo's been built through extensive stress testing across massive data sets to ensure we're trading the market in a stable and robust long-term manner. And when we say extensive stress testing, they've tested this product through 16 years of back testing. And yeah, there's been positive years every single year, but there was a year it barely profited. There was another year it took 3 months back-to-back losses. But over time, again, as we talked about expectations in the beginning of this call, it's about creating a positive expectancy system, which in simple terms means that you're making profits in money, but also positive pips. And this is not a cost averaging strategy. And by having a positive expectancy, you can understand that this is helping make sure that you're trading with a sounded strategy and it's not just a ticking time bomb. There's a lot of softwares on the market that are ticking time bombs. And here in Auvoria Prime, we look to find the best softwares, and Neo is one of those products. So as we mentioned, it's leveraging over 15 years of back-tested data. It has massive trading flexibility. It is perfect for beginners and advanced traders. And again, it requires minimal time and minimal investments required. You can use it with as little as a $500 account. And really, I would say it only takes 1 to 2 hours a week to use the software, manage it, and get the expected outcome of steady growth. So here's some Neo the Legend results from the developer accounts. You can see to your left is going to be mode 1, and to your right is going to be mode 1 and 2. And you might be asking, okay, well, what is mode 1 and what is mode 2? Well, mode 1 is a very conservative risk setting. This is going to be something that it's not always going to take trades. It's very conservative in its risk management. It's more of a long-term strategy that's going to produce consistent results. Whereas Mode 2 is a more aggressive strategy, meaning that you can see there's more times where Mode 2 has taken losses than Mode 1, meaning that there's times where you could have a negative month, you could have a negative week, and you have to be willing to expect that because, again, this is trading. It's not just all up and up. A lot of people think that when you start using a product like this, it's just going to go up, 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 and up, and your money's just going to grow. And the truth is, in any trading strategy, there's going to be wins and there's going to be losses, but the goal is to outweigh the losses with more positive wins. And then let's get into Gearbox. Gearbox is extremely customizable to any single currency pair. It has a manager to make deployment of strategies across many pairs simple, and it specifically focuses on the Forex majors and the Forex minors. We have used forward testing data and analytics shared from each of the FX pairs weekly so that users can make their own customizations based on data, and it has advanced risk management features to mitigate risk and withstand volatility. And I think this is one of the things that makes Gearbox super powerful is it's able to withstand volatility. And if you don't know what that means you can handle a large move in the market against you without accruing a lot of risk. So Gearbox has advanced risk management strategies, as we mentioned. It's designed to handle the volatility in the market, unlike most counter-trend systems. And again, it has linear risk. It's not a martingale system because it uses a low lot multiplier, and it has balance protection, which again, like I said, it allows a large trending move to go against an entry and it to be able to perform within that. And it can also be used for an intraday or precision trader based on the volume of trades someone's looking to receive. And there are also 2 weekly calls with the developer. Again, I said it's customizable. It does work on accounts as small as $500. It scans the market for the best trade setups, and it really focuses on quality over quantity. It's focusing on high probability swing trades. And again, I'd say a minimal 2 hours a week, and expected outcome is steady growth. Now, here's some results from developer accounts. This is one pair data that is shared on accounts every single week since October 27th when this product launched in the marketplace. This is 20 plus pairs being ran on swing settings on individual $500 accounts. And we've ordered this data by top gainers and performers, with more pairs being added to testing. So you can see what pairs have performed the best, what their probability has been so far of winning, what their absolute gains been, what their drawdowns been. And we're constantly enhancing the entry level on any of these pairs that got into over 25 or 50% drawdown on a little account. Anytime that would happen, we would make the entries more precise to continue to enhance the software to work better with those currency pairs. But you can also see there's some pairs that just, they don't perform best with this product, and a lot of those are JPY pairs. So we tend to avoid a lot of the JPY pairs going forward. But here's an account. This is actually a $250 starting balance account, and I think it's very important to show this, not because somebody could make their monthly payment, because you won't, to pay for the licensing fee, but it shows that it can work on a small balance. And this is very powerful to helping somebody with small capital build belief to increase their risk capital, is letting them see that, hey, this is working on as little of a balance as $250, and this account has doubled since August. So very cool to see that, yes, there are strategies that can work with small money. This is this exact same account that I just showed you, but this was actually a screenshot of the UI, and it was in drawdown for over a month on the USD CHF pair, and the 1 week it swung, this was the result. It made 11% that week. So when I say Gearbox is a long-term product that can take swing and sniper entries that stay extended, they stay open for extended periods of time, again, this is to catch a lot of pips and also percent gain. And this is another account, very conservative developer account, $10,000 balance, conservative strategy, 3 max pairs trading, and you can see it's up 80% since starting, low drawdown. Again, here's a $2,000 live account. It's moderate, borderline aggressive strategy, running 6 pairs at the same time. And it had a higher drawdown that it experienced recently. And you might be asking, what did we learn from that? Well, we are adding more features to the product, just like any product. Anytime any of our products experience a new market cycle that we haven't experienced before, and different things and tendencies start to happen in the market, we start to look with how can we advance the product to prevent that from ever happening again. And in this case for Gearbox, there's a correlation filter coming, and that's a more advanced topic. If you're a trader, you'll probably understand exactly what that means. And this is, again, one more account. This is a 1,500 euro live account. Again, a moderate, borderline aggressive swing strategy. And you can see, again, this was the account that we showed in our expectations that you might take a loss 1 month. You might win a few months back to back, and then 1 month you take a loss. 1 month you make no money. The next month you're making money again. You have to understand that, again, this is trading. And if you're in this for the long term because you see the strategies work, you see that the products work, and you just have to have that mentality. And Steve, our chief marketing analyst, talked about it in his last session. He said that you got to be willing to take those small losses, because if you're not, you're going to take the big losses. And the way Gearbox is designed is to handle volatility, but also if you hit that stop loss, you hit the stop loss, don't worry about it, you're going to make it back. And then again, this is an experimental account running only the best performing pairs, extremely conservative. And you can see it's doing a little over 4% a month. But you have to understand not all months may produce profit or results. When scanning less pairs, you do limit your trade opportunities. So this is only trading 4 GBP pairs, but at the same time, last month, it took like 1 trade. The month before it did really well. This month it's already doing really well, but in the middle of March, it didn't take any trades on these GBP pairs because there was just not much movement in the market. So again, you have to have that expectation with all of our products that, sometimes you're gonna see a lot of trades, sometimes you're not. Now, for people that want to be able to see trade opportunities all the time, we have this amazing tool in our community called Arrow. And Arrow is a manual trading indicator that's gonna alert of trade opportunities. It can be used with smaller capital, and this is powerful for users who don't meet the capital requirements for our expert advisor products. Arrow works on indices, metals, and cryptos, which again, most EAs and all of our current EAs in our AP marketplace don't focus on. So it's very powerful for those people that are looking to trade, cryptos in the Forex market, metals and indices, even stocks. There's a lot of things you can do with Arrow that you cannot do with an expert advisor. And there's also multiple live sessions weekly to trade with other Arrow users. But you might be saying, what kind of results are people getting with Arrow? Arrow, again, is ideal for beginning or casual traders, and I'd say even experienced traders. There's a lot of experienced traders that love this product, and what's nice about this is there's no need for you to monitor the market for buy and sell opportunities. It's going to alert you anytime it believes there's a buy or sell opportunity on the currency pairs that you're scanning. And again, you can start with as little as $50 in one of your trading accounts and use Arrow. And I haven't seen that many manual trading products out there that allow you to use such a little amount of money and start to see success. And we're going to show you some results from customers using low capital, seeing success today. And again, this is an indicator program running 24/7 with you. And when we say 24/7, that's again because it does trade the crypto markets as well. The typical Forex markets are 24/5, but since you have the power to also trade crypto, we see people catching pips on the weekend. And there's interactive training sessions with Arrow developers every single week. So if you can plug into the live sessions, you can start trading with us and you can start seeing success. And you can also start trading on your own if you learn how to use the tool. Now, here's some results from different Arrow users. And what you can see right here is known as the bag strategy. Bounce, arrow, go. So you can see where on the screen here, it went and hit the green box, right? And it bounced, and then it painted an arrow. That would have meant go, take that trade and buy. And you can see right there, they bought and they're up a few hundred pips. It was an incredible trade. Same concept here. You can see a small account user that started with $50 and they're in over $50 floating profit. So again, we mentioned that you can use this product with as little as $50. You can use this product to see success. You can see another example here of bounce, arrow, go, where it actually hit the bottom support line, right? It hit the green box, it bounced up, it painted the arrow, boom, you would have taken that trade. So again, you can see the different scenarios where this product can work and where it can win. As well, here's another account. This is somebody obviously trading with a larger balance, but you can see in 3 trades, they made over $1,700, which was absolutely incredible. To the right, you'll see a screenshot we took from the Arrow bag chat where somebody actually took a $500 balance on some crypto trades and turned it to $5,000. And I mean, that's just unbelievable. But the truth is that when you're a manual trader and you're using a product like Arrow, with proper risk management, you can achieve very powerful results. And then this is actually an FX Blue account on an Arrow user's account. So this is a live verified result, verifying a trading account. And you can see this is a large balance, right? This account is up over $100,000 profit, and this account's only been running for 56 days. So I want you to think about this. This is a user who has physically come in and started using Arrow. They've traded all the pairs you see right there on the screen in front of you, and they have made over $100,000 in profit, verified, on this FX Blue. You can see it right in front of you using our Arrow product. So I think it's undeniable that the product works, that the strategies work. It's really, are you plugging into the community, the resources, and all the value that Auvoria Prime has to offer? So in my closing notes, I'd say you need to diversify your wealth. Really come in, use our marketplace to choose your trading tools that fit your risk tolerance and trading goals, and understand that we have a plethora of products that are just absolutely incredible. If you are not using the products in our marketplace, then you're kind of missing out. If you're only using one license and you're on a bronze license, I'd encourage you upgrade at least to a silver license today. Get started, start using the products in our marketplace and really experiencing what we have to offer here in Auvoria Prime, because if you're limiting yourself to one tool, you are really limiting yourself to all of the amazing opportunities that are out there in the education, right? And our goal here in Auvoria Prime is to help you grow your wealth, diversify your wealth, and really become the best version of yourself. But with that being said, thank you so much for having me out here today with all of you. I hope you gained some value from this session, and I hope you look forward to the rest of this amazing event that we have going on.
Tyler, amazing job. I hope you guys were able to really get a picture of all of the different products that we make available to you here in our Auvoria Prime marketplace. It's so unique to be able to leverage multiple different products with multiple different strategies. And he did such an amazing job at just sharing the results that we've seen thus far.